Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to day 9 of the 90 Day Share. It's good to have you here. My name is Dr. Brooklyn, and I'm from Cerebellum Consulting. I might just give everybody a minute or two to join us. I'll just make sure everything's set up nicely here. Okay, so yesterday we had a little bit of a conversation in the comments section around mental blocks, and so I thought today that might be an opportunity for me to talk about that and help some people. So I guess it's always good to understand what causes a mental block, and it's different for everybody, but some of the things can be broken down into about 3 categories. So the first category can sometimes be around lack of knowledge or lack of confidence regarding some task or activity that you're requiring yourself to do. The other one is maybe fear of the unknown, not really knowing what to expect. So in that, we know that generally speaking, anxiety in itself can be a fear of the unknown. So mental blocks can come about as a result of anxiety for some of us, and for others mental blocks can happen because it's a very normal emotional response to dealing with very difficult situations. So our mind or our brain goes into a little bit of a protective mechanism sometimes and puts up a little wall, and that's to look after us. But while mental blocks can sometimes be good for us in some ways, in other ways they can be a little bit frustrating because they stop us from getting on with the things that we want to do or that we need to do. So today I thought we'd cover off a few maybe top tips, if you like, for busting through some of these mental blocks. The first thing that you might want to try is breaking your normal routine. So change your environment, and you can do that a couple of ways. The first way you might want to try is perhaps, I know it sounds boring, but it can be a lot of fun to declutter a room or a space and redo it or redesign it. Maybe it could be something as simple as getting new covers for cushions and a matching throw rug. It could be getting some plants for the backyard. It doesn't have to be expensive or cost a lot of money, but it's just a sense of freshness or newness for you. And often what that can do is it can stimulate imagination and creativity and help you feel more motivated to want to bust through that mental block. Also, in terms of changing environment, it can also be quite literal in that getting outside and reconnecting with nature can sometimes help you overcome a mental block. And one of the reasons for that is because when you're outside and you're in the fresh air and you're looking at where you're walking, if you're walking to a park, for example, you're looking at where you're walking, you're smelling different smells, you're seeing different animals or different people. And sometimes, a walk in itself can be a really good tonic for breaking through a mental block. And you can have an aha moment while you're walking as you're clearing your mind. So I know winter isn't the best time to be recommending nice walks, but it is something that does work for a lot of people. There are some other things that you could try, like perhaps if there's a list of things that you need to do, of course starting with small things first or starting with easy things first can sometimes help you break through a mental block. And one of my favourite things to try with my patients here, and that tends to work for them, is challenging them to get out and try something completely new or random or different, something maybe that they've always wanted to do but never really had an opportunity or being brave enough to push themselves outside of their comfort zone a little bit. So having to think about what you might be able to do to challenge yourself and go outside your comfort zone can be really helpful as well. So they're just a few ideas about ways that you can break through a mental block. There are other ideas as well around journaling, and if anybody's interested, I'd be happy to post some journaling prompts for you, so that you can try and get to perhaps some of the more underlying issues around what's going on with your mental block. So I hope that's been really helpful for you today. Thank you so much for joining me for day 9 of our 90-day share. So tomorrow is very exciting because we're in double digits, of course, and then it's only 80 days to go. Well, I hope you all have a wonderful evening, and I'll see you tomorrow. Stay warm. Bye.